Welcome to a journey through time to unravel the complex history of the Israel-Palestine conflict, a battle over a land considered sacred by three major religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. This land, often referred to as the Holy Land, has been the cradle of civilizations, a crossroads of cultures, and the birthplace of religious beliefs that have shaped our world. The Holy Land holds profound religious significance for Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. For Jews, it is the land promised to them by God, the stage of their formative history, and the location of the revered Western Wall. Christians regard it as the land of Christ's birth, crucifixion, and resurrection. For Muslims, it is the site of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest place in Islam, and the place where the Prophet Muhammad is believed to have ascended to heaven. Yet, this shared reverence has been a source of division rather than unity. The roots of the conflict can be traced back to the end of the 19th century, when both Jews and Arabs laid claim to this land. Jews, driven by the Zionist movement, sought a homeland in the face of widespread persecution. Arabs, who had been living there for centuries, resisted what they saw as an infringement on their rights. The establishment of the State of Israel in the aftermath of World War II intensified these tensions, leading to a series of wars and uprisings that have marked the region with violence and strife. The struggle over land rights, political control, and cultural identity has made the Israel-Palestine conflict one of the most enduring and contentious issues of our time. What started as a territorial dispute soon escalated into a perpetual cycle of conflict, embroiling nations far and beyond. The roots of the Israel-Palestine conflict trace back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This period saw the rise of a significant ideological and national movement known as Zionism. Zionism emerged among Jews in Europe as a response to centuries of persecution, with the goal of establishing a national home in Palestine, a region Jews historically regarded as their ancestral homeland. The Balfour Declaration of 1917 played a pivotal role in realizing this vision. Authored by the British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour and addressed to Lord Rothschild, a leader of the British Jewish community, the declaration expressed British support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, then a region under British control. The aftermath of the Second World War accelerated the mass immigration of Jews to Palestine. The horrors of the Holocaust intensified global sympathy for the Jewish people, and scores sought refuge in the promised national home. However, this mass migration was met with significant resistance from the Arab population in Palestine, who viewed the increasing Jewish presence as an encroachment on their land and rights. In 1947, in an attempt to address the escalating tensions, the United Nations proposed a partition plan. The plan divided Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem, a city sacred to both Jews and Arabs, under international control. However, the plan was accepted by Jewish leaders, but rejected by the Arab leaders, who felt it unfairly favored the Jewish population. The division sparked the First Arab-Israeli War, setting the stage for a series of conflicts that would continue to this day. Across the Atlantic, the United States has played a pivotal role in this protracted conflict. The US has long been a staunch ally of Israel, providing substantial military and financial support. This relationship dates back to the middle of the 20th century, when the US was one of the first nations to recognize the newly established State of Israel. The US's role in the conflict intensified during the Cold War, when, in an era marked by ideological polarization, it saw Israel as a reliable partner in the Middle East. The Six-Day War in 1967, for instance, was a pivotal event that consolidated America's support for Israel. In that conflict, Israel spectacularly defeated the combined armies of Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, which had the backing of the Soviet Union. In response, the US increased its military aid to Israel, viewing it as a crucial bulwark against Soviet influence in the region. In the following decades, the US continued to support Israel, both militarily and diplomatically. This was evident in the Oslo Accords of the 1990s, where the US mediated negotiations between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization. These accords, although ultimately unsuccessful in resolving the conflict, marked a significant shift in US policy, as it recognized the legitimate rights of the Palestinians to self-determination. Despite its allegiance to Israel, the US has also attempted to broker peace in the region on numerous occasions. From the Camp David Accords under President Carter to the recent efforts by President Trump, the US has persistently sought a two-state solution, envisioning an independent Palestine living side by side with Israel in peace and security. However, the path to peace has been fraught with obstacles. The continued expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, the status of Jerusalem, and the right of return for Palestinian refugees are but a few of the contentious issues that have stymied progress. Furthermore, the US's role as an impartial mediator has been called into question, given its close ties with Israel. Despite numerous attempts at peace negotiations, a resolution remains elusive, with tensions simmering beneath the surface. As the conflict continues to unfold, the role of the US remains central, a testament to the complex and enduring nature of this decades-long dispute. Religion, with its power to unite, has ironically been a source of division in this conflict. Stepping into the realm of religion, we see two major faiths at play here: Islam and Christianity. Both religions, while distinct, share a profound spiritual lineage, tracing their roots back to the patriarch Abraham. They both value peace, justice, and compassion. Yet these shared values have often been overshadowed by their differences, fueling the flame of the conflict. Islam, the predominant religion in Palestine, is deeply interwoven into the fabric of the region's cultural and political life. It's a faith that emphasizes unity and community, known as Ummah. Islam's connection to the land of Palestine is profound, with Jerusalem being the third holiest site in Islam. On the other side, Christianity, while not the majority religion in Israel, has significant influence due to its historical and spiritual ties to the land. Christians believe that Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem, in the heart of Israel, and it is here that he preached his message of love and unity. For many Christians around the world, Israel holds a sacred significance. Religious beliefs have fueled the tensions on both sides. Some use religion to justify their claims to the land, while others use it as a rallying cry for resistance. The holy sites of Jerusalem are not just places of worship, but also symbols of national identity and sovereignty. The Dome of the Rock, for Muslims, and the Western Wall for Jews are more than religious monuments. They are integral parts of their respective identities. But while religion has been a source of division, it can also be a bridge for peace. The shared values of compassion, justice, and respect for human life present in both Islam and Christianity can serve as a foundation for dialogue and understanding. Religion, while being the root of the conflict, may also hold the key to its resolution. The Israel-Palestine conflict, a quagmire of political, territorial, and religious disputes, begs the question: is there a way to peace? In a world where differences often provoke division, it's essential to remember that common ground can be a powerful bridge. In the case of Israel and Palestine, a shared religious heritage could serve as a cornerstone for reconciliation. Both sides have deep spiritual ties to the land, a common thread that binds them together. This shared reverence could be a starting point for dialogue, fostering mutual respect and understanding. Territorially, the idea of a two-state solution has been proposed and debated. This would involve Israel and Palestine existing side by side, each with their sovereignty. The challenge lies in negotiating borders that are acceptable to both sides. Such a compromise would require considerable concessions, a willingness to let go of maximalist positions, and a commitment to a future defined not by past grievances but by shared aspirations. Internationally, the role of neutral mediators is crucial. Countries with influence and interest in the region, like the United States and Russia, can facilitate dialogue and hold both sides accountable. It's important, however, that these outside forces approach the situation with a genuine desire for peace, not a strategic maneuver for personal gain. But perhaps the most critical component of any solution is a fundamental shift in mindset. A shift from seeing the other as an enemy to be defeated, to seeing them as a neighbor to be understood. This involves acknowledging the pain and suffering on both sides, accepting the legitimacy of each other's narratives, and fostering a culture of empathy. In the end, the path to peace lies not in domination, but in coexistence. A peace that respects the rights, identities, and beliefs of all people involved.